All right, let's go straight to business. You know, the 20th of October 2021, or I should say 20th of October 2020, would remain etched in our collective memory as a date our roads crossed with the men of the Special Anti-Robbery Squad, SARS, or SARS. The hashtag EndSARS riots of last year varied in scope and color from state to state. And now, like a vomit, nobody wants to go back there. The police high command has reacted to insinuations that it is planning to reinstate the disbanded police outfit. The Inspector General Usman Baba has assured that there was no plan to bring back the dissolved squad. FOR's spokesman Frank Mba disclosed this, and he said the clarification followed reports making the rounds online and offline about the development. Mba added that the thinking now was to bequeath Nigerians with a police that's more mobile and responsive. I guess, BC, we cannot ask for anything more. Definitely.
And really, when I first heard about the police command bringing back the SARS operatives, it came to me as a shock, because I was like, this is not the right thing to be done, not even now that we're about to mark the 4th year anniversary of this EndSARS protest.
Oh, 40 years already?
Yes, it's 1 year already. It's 1 year. So I was like, how could the police command take this kind of step at a time like this? So it's so gratifying that the police command has come out to say that they do not have that plan in the offing. However, that same day that the police command denied trying to bring back EndSARS, a friend sent me a message about his encounter with the police. EndSARS, he called them. And that apparently that person was in a vehicle with some young people, and the police stopped the vehicle, and according to...
Tell me the police were not men of SARS.
Well,
they were not.
He said SARS, but I want to believe that they were not men of SARS.
They couldn't have been.
They couldn't have been, but they acted like them. So probably that is the point we should bring out now, because at the end of the day, he said they extorted them of about 150,000 naira, accusing those young people of being 419s and all of that. So what I'm trying to say in essence is that the police command may say we are not bringing back EndSARS, the SARS operatives, but who do we have in the command? Are they still behaving like the SARS?
One thing that troubles me here is this. They parted with 150,000 naira. It takes two to tango. So if they didn't give, the police wouldn't have taken the money from them by force. Right? Wrong?
Well, I think it's a game of power here. It's a power game. It depends on who is in control of the game. Sometimes we do things not because we want to do it, but because we do not have a choice. If we really want our freedom.
Yusuf, you know, the EndSARS came because we think we should not have men in uniform who will break the law while attempting to enforce the law. So the police high command saying there's no plan to bring back SARS is in order.
Yes, it is in order, but it is not enough to talk. You get my point? You must walk that talk. Okay. People say there is no smoke without fire. So those who are insinuating about police...
it must have come from somewhere.
That's the point I was trying to make. Those who make or those who rumor or insinuate that the police hierarchy want to bring back EndSARS, they may have, people who tip them off, maybe even from the police, themselves. You get my point? Because don't forget, it's not only ordinary folks in Nigeria that hate the EndSARS. Even within the police hierarchy, they don't love them too. You know that they're like bullies within the police system. They have other ones don't like them too. So they may have given out information, but I want to believe that this, gentle-looking IG will not want to try that. I want to believe so, that he will not try it. But the point is, have we ended police brutality? We still have cases upon cases. One happened in Ibadan recently, and you all have cases here and there. The essence of last year's protest against is about police brutality, even though it was framed from the angle of NSAS. From the whole gamut of police hierarchy, people believe that there is cases of extrajudicial killings, human rights abuses with impunity. So people want an end to such things. Have we recorded, some gains in this aspect? I don't think so. And when you look at the whole problems, critically, they said, yes, we disbanded, NSAS. SARS teams, rather. Then we are replacing them with, I think it's SWAT, if I remember very well. So there is this game of transparency where it is. Nobody knows, except the police formations or hierarchies themselves. Command, So we don't know. So it is neither here nor there, because when you change the bottle, the label of a bottle, and the content still remains the same thing, you have made
it's one and the same thing. Yeah, BC, but have you heard this statement? We deserve the police we are getting. Do we deserve the police we are getting?
Just like they say, we deserve the leaders we are getting. Well, it's trickish, really.
Do you know why I'm asking?
Yeah.
If the police is allowed to do its job, do you know that many big people you consider big, will be behind bars? Do you know about that?
Unfortunately, they are not even tormenting the big people. These police are tormenting the small people.
Where is the problem coming from?
I think...
From these, your poor people, the poor people you are talking about.
Where the problem is coming from?
No, where is the problem from? From these poor people?
Okay, now, I actually did my PhD thesis on police and crime in Nigeria. And some of the findings I got was that, you see, these police people, they will go after the poor people. And they will tell you that they go after them because these poor people are the ones that commit all these petty crimes.
Yeah, poor people that, like those who just mentioned a while ago, who were able to part with 150,000.
Okay.
That's not the type of poor people.
You look at that amount of money, but you do not look at how that money was sourced.
Why would
because
anybody,
that money,
if you are not guilty, why part with such money? Okay. Just to give the police a bad name.
Well, you may say so that if you are not guilty, but if you think of spending your life probably in Kirikiri and never coming out for all the days of your life, your parents may not hesitate to even sell their belongings to raise that 150,000 naira, because we see cases everywhere. I was at Kirikiri sometime, I think 2 months ago, and the people I saw there, I don't know who they are. I went on a visitation to just see the people that did there, and the kind people where I see them. I go greet them, go show them love of God. And the kind people where I see there,
you don't laughing matter.
Honestly, those people that I saw there, I was just wondering that, does it mean that only young people commit crimes in Nigeria or in Lagos? Because I can tell you that 70% of the female population in Kirikiri are young girls.
Young girls, or young boys, they know they commit crime.
No, the boys, I didn't go to the men. Oh, okay. I went to the female section.
Okay.
And I saw those, they are like maybe 21, so 14 years old. And I was wondering, what kind of crime could these ones have committed? So when you look at it from that perspective, when police arrest you and they probably demand a bribe or something, you want to part with something because you want to escape. Okay, let me give you an example. You ask me, why do Nigerians give bribe? because we get the leaders with the South.
Have you given before?
Okay, now I tell you, this NIN.
Only we have not
this
answered.
NIN that is on. I tried since 5 months ago, and I'm saying it on air for them to know.
You gave money?
Just to do adjustments of my name. I was there since 5 months ago. Eventually, when they got it done, the thing didn't drop, and I needed to renew my passport. And they kept on telling me that if it does not drop, I was not going to. So this thing, I waited 3 months.
No, what happened at the end?
At the end of the day, I had to part with 3,000 naira for the thing to drop. And immediately I parted with 3,000, it dropped that very day. Ask me, did I want to part with money?
I'll ask you, in that way, you think we can fight crime? So at the end of, those people were not police people. I wonder if you understand where I'm going. The NIN people are not police people. So, put simply, Yusuf, we deserve the police and policing we are getting.
That's why I said that was why I said your answer to your question is tricky. That you see, it's about the people, that whatever the people had, that is because these people in NIN apparently aren't police. But also, let us bear in mind that it's a social culture. It's a, they follow the patterns. What if an errant person is polished?
If you ask me, BC, if you ask me, I would never part with a kobo. I would not.
Well,
no, it's gone. But it's
possible for you not to. But I can tell you that everybody that I needed to know in that NIN office, I got in touch with them. Their bosses, they were not even better. I can assure you of that.
But do you know they are watching? They are also.
That's why I'm saying this here, and it's good.
Usually, it is not always the police, and if it is the police, we condition the police. Yusuf, we do.
Well, if you say so, but
we do.
No. You see, I recently, I think that should be last week. I almost, drove against traffic, and like 3 police.
No, you drove against traffic.
Not yet. Not. I say I almost. Please, I watch what my. So then, I wanted to thank them for at least calling my attention to it, and then all of a sudden, policemen surrounded me. They insisted I should open my door. They want to enter. I said, for what? They said, they're taking me to their station. I said, for what? They said, Peter, I have not even broken the law. You should have allowed me to break the law and do whatever you want to do. Do you know, one of them forcefully, because within a twinkle of an eye, there was traffic, everything, just because of that. I said, at the end of the day, as I wanted to switch off the engine in my car, I said, no, this cannot happen. Are you guys, kidnappers? You get my point? They say, no, they are wearing it. I say, no, in Nigeria, anything happens these days. That we've seen people who wear, army uniform, and they are not. At the end of the day, their boss came and started, talking down on me that, is this the way, people treat their police in London and all that. I said, oh, thank you so much.
You should have told them you were not in London.
No, I know it's okay. You've been there too? He said, yes, okay. That this is the first time I'm hearing this from a police. In America, policemen don't brutalize or do all this
just
kind
for
of
the
things.
Sake of
that they even make your life comfortable. They help you.
Yeah.
In this case, I was already thanking them. I thought we're having a new police, not the same old police. I didn't. But the point is,
Yusuf,
just like
Yusuf, we have company.
Okay.
Babajide is reaching us from the US.
Okay.
Let's hear him. Welcome, Jide. How do you do?
Thank you, citizen. I really enjoy your program.
Thank you.
It's been a year that I've been trying to be part of this program, but I'm lucky today that
you are here now. Let's go.
So, I'm here. So thank you. So on the issue of the police in Nigeria, it's quite unfortunate what we are going through over there. Police should be a friend to people. Here in the United States, I like driving at night because I know police is on the road. Do you know if I have a flat tire, police will be there to help me? They're going to come in to see what is wrong with you, and they're going to pass beside you, do all necessary things. That is where we see police as a friend of the masses. Yeah. But in Nigeria, police will torment the low-class people because that's where they can make money. Police will not go to the son of Papa Sonjo to harass him because they know they're not going to get anything, but they're going to go to the street to the sons and daughters of nobody and harass them because those ones are going to go around looking for money to bribe them. So this is what we are facing. I think everything circles around the environment we have, the corruption. I mean, I just don't know what to say to that, but I believe the society, we need the police and the police.
Babajide, I believe that in the U.S., the police will not go out of its way to do some unprintable things. We deserve the police we are getting. We'll go back there because if the police stops by to help you when you have trouble with your car, you'll be suspicious.
No.
Okay.
Interestingly, I've had many beautiful experiences with police. As a journalist...
Okay, there are beautiful policemen
and
women
I
too.
know. As a journalist, I close very late, and they are all around the place, and they always offer to help, even in that, around 1 a.m., 2 a.m. So we've personally...
Not because you are a woman, no.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. But
Okay.
I think maybe because they also know that they can identify the fact that I'm working. Okay. Maybe because they see my ID card and things like that. But
and you were on an essential service.
Yes, maybe. But I wouldn't say that is the case for everybody.
Yeah.
Because we still have a lot of cases that
I don't like the giving the impression, Yusuf, giving the impression that the police in Nigeria had always been like this. You remember the police machine team of yore, Basically, we used to have some beautiful sportsmen and women. As a matter of fact, I have here a prominent member of the police machine team who played for the national team of Nigeria. Then they were called the Green Eagles. His name, Sunday Oyarekwa. His pen name was Bisco. He died recently at 74. And there are some good-natured policemen. Well, you are hearing me, if you are a police officer, if you are a policeman, woman, there are some good-natured policemen and women in our country. But let's do something about the bad eggs.
Exactly.
This is not to condemn the entire Nigerian police, men and women. Yeah. Please, we must just admit there are fantastic men and women right there as we speak. But we still have the bad eggs. You get me?
One bad egg will spoil the whole basket.
By describing even the IG as, a very gentle, easygoing,
looking gentleman.
Yes. But here is a man presiding over thousands, hundreds of thousands of people. Not all of them
conform.
So we are talking about the bad eggs. Unfortunately, the excesses of the bad eggs always, boomerang.
They always spoil the image.
Falana was in a program, I think last week, and he was trying to give, dissect the problems of the police. And he said the problem started, it's a colonial heritage problem, that they were created essentially, the Nigerian police force, to intimidate and oppress the masses. That force, that right from the training.
That statement is debatable.
Yeah, but I'm crediting.
How do you reconcile that with reconcile what is?
Wait, he said there should be Nigerian police service, that not Nigerian police force. That force is like. Maybe like an alcohol thing that,
it's a police service. It's not a force, That statement is debatable. It is debatable because he has just agreed that there are some, and you have too, that there are some beautiful policemen and women. I don't think the police, the Onyibo man, left bad policemen with us. We have had some beautiful...
I also think that, because of the decay in our society, everything just keeps on going from,
bad to
worse. And I also think the problem here is because there are no issues of deterrence. The ones that are caught are not punished adequately. And it's like there is a kind of cover-up over the bad eggs, and probably because of that we keep on breeding more and more bad eggs.
But you know, one thing must be said here, Yusuf, you say yes to this. One thing must be said here. The rot in the police will begin from recruitment.
Exactly.
Many of them pay to get recruited.
Exactly.
And that's where the wahala is. You remember a TV station went to town with a documentary and so on. You expected something to have happened between then and now?
Nothing.
No, what has happened? The same old story as we speak. And just as he said, even when we locate our discussions within NSAS, those that were disbanded, how many of them have been dealt with? With all transparency,
the guilty ones.
With all the transparency that we can muster, we haven't seen. So when
do you agree
when
that
we breed culture of impunity? Yeah. So we are the victims at the end of the day, ultimately.
Yusuf, we merit the police we have because we produce them.
Because that's our system.
So no more quarrels.
No, we have to deal with the system because so far we continue with the system. We produce the bad eggs, and we will continue to have problems.
Okay then, but the plea is very passionate here. The police must not break the law, even while they are attempting to enforce the law. It's a double tragedy. All right, folks, let's go to our second story. We are done with police and policing. Policing in this country can be better. I think it can be better. There's always room for improvement. They say that room is always at the top. Okay, believe it or not, the Independent National Electoral Commission, or INEC, has concluded plans to go ahead with the November 6 governorship polls in Anambra State. It has therefore released the final list for the coveted seat. INEC National Commissioner and Chairman of Information and Voter Education, Festus Okoye, revealed that 18 registered political parties are fielding candidates for the exercise. He disclosed that during an emergency consultative meeting with all the 18 political parties, the meeting will hold today. Some of the approved names include Charles Soludo of the AP ABGA, Emmanuel Agba of the Labour Party, Valentine Ozigbo of the PDP, Ifeanyi Uba of the APC. So we expect a battle royale. We have the Uba brothers there.
Yes, we have, but there are dangers looming over the elections. Because before you have a battle royale, the atmosphere must
I'm thinking of the names.
Yes, the names, but before the names, before the contest, in the environment, we need peace.
Yeah.
You get my point? Anambra is in a situation now where everything is dicey. And if you don't believe me, you listen to the Attorney General, you know, even almost threatening that...
I hope you know that Mr. President has overruled him. There's no such thing.
No, but it was said, and what he didn't deny it, that he you know, the point is, even by saying it, he was just admitting that the situation there is not good enough, and every patriot, you know, knows that that's a fact. So, but there's enough time for the administration to put everything that is possible in place, because number one, we must never allow enemies of progress to have the last laugh. The election in that state must hold. So if we have the environment, now we can talk about the battle royale that is to you know, begin. You know, the names, about 3 names in that contest are not, you know, first, you know, timers, like Soludo, like Handi Uba, you know,
and Ifeanyi.
Ifeanyi Uba. You see, when you look at APC, PDP, ABGA, then combined with YPP
Senator. That's why
YPP
Senator
is also Uba as well.
Ifeanyi.
Those 4 are not new in the contest.
They are not small boys.
No, apart from their men of huge financial muscles, they are not nobodies in the political circuit of Anambra, even in Nigeria, so not just Anambra. So people will be waiting patiently to see who breasts the tape, who wins the election. It's going to be an interesting thing. And you see, there are a lot of things that people like me will be watching out for. We desire credible and transparent elections, and we have an INEC that is telling us that it is ready, that can do it, even though we have forces that are saying, no, you cannot do, you know what I mean about transmitting or releasing the election, you know, through electronic means. INEC said it has everything. So this is an opportunity to test what we have. That is this something that can work? And if it works, beautiful, we take it up from there.
BC, my concern is this. Anambra is the home of the Ziks of this world, Emeka Ojukus, Emeka Anyokus, and so on and so on. And give me the name. Anambra seems to be it. And Anambra cannot at this point elect to smite his nose to... how did they put it? Smite the nose to cut the nose to spite the face or something.
So for me, I think the problem in Anambra is man-made.
Man-made.
Yeah. I also want to believe that it is deliberate and it is focused towards a purpose. And I wouldn't know.
Is it having to do with the names?
Politics? No, it's not having to do with the name.
I mean the names of the combatants.
No, I don't. I think, well, it could be. It could be. It could be. It could be that, you know, this case of Yorubas have a proverb that Kakakeku majesese, have shawadanu. You may not understand that. Instead of me not to get it, nobody will have it. You get it? That's the literal interpretation. So I think it's possible that it could do with the big names and the fact that they know that probably a candidate could be more popular, or, you know.
You know the build-up. I cannot forget the build-up to this moment.
Exactly.
You had court cases
and all of that, and the counter. Exactly. Exactly. And it's from that background that I'm actually saying this, because you can see that there are some deliberate moves to prevent some people from being candidates and all of that. And when I look at those things, I just feel that all these issues of killings, gunmen, and all of that, it's possible that some forces are behind them, aimed at actually preventing the election from holding, so that...
if the election does not hold, what statement would they be making?
Exactly, that is the problem. But you know, the person that causes trouble has an aim, a game plan. What the person wants is that he doesn't even want the election to hold. So if it doesn't hold, then that's good for them.
You see, the happy thing is that your Yoruba people also have a saying, Omode Omela.
Olowumela kala kata kata lai mo pe ela kata kata Baba Ijani. And that is where the INEC should come and do the fight now.
That's so INEC says it is ready.
Exactly. And that is why I commend INEC. And I love the fact that INEC, you see, INEC has been fair in all of these things. It has really presented itself as an unbiased umpire, even about the court cases and the rest. You know, when the court said, okay, replace this, it went ahead to replace candidates, just to show that I am obeying and I'm transparent. And I like that fact. And I like the fact that INEC has come out to say, we are ready, we are prepared for this election. But then, coming back to the big names, the Anyakus of this world, the Ujukus of this world, I think this is the time for them to also, their descendants, should also come together and reason this thing out and find a way that there will be peace in that state, so that this election can hold. Because
you know, these big names I reeled out are supposed to have been rallying points for Anambra.
Yeah.
If they cannot defer to Zik, Yusuf cannot defer to Ojukwu, cannot defer to Emeka Anyoku. So who else?
Well, don't forget that many of these illustrious names are talking about are no longer around any longer. Maybe only Anyaku. Only Ayaku that is still around among many of the names you mentioned. And when you look at the state of affairs now, some of these people you are mentioning are not even politicians. So what, and if you listen to the...
Emeka Ojukwu was not a politician? Zik was not?
They are no longer around, even if they are.
Okay.
I'm talking about the ones that are around. Emeka Anyaku is never a politician, and he's a statesman, and he's always, seeking peace and...
he's a gentleman.
So now, when you look at what is happening in Anambra, it's a very, very complicated case. The IPOB is there. It's not government, but it is performing, some roles that even makes, government to be afraid. You ask people to stay at home, and people obey. Almost 100%.
Is it that people are obeying the stay-at-home order, or government cannot guarantee the safety of the...
Let me just...
an interplay of both.
Let me just land. People obey.
Obey what?
The order from IPOB, not only in Anambra. So when you go to the southeast, so people stay at home. You see the governor coming out to say, no, you have to come out, you have to do this. But people still...
Sorry, we have... And Ololade is reaching us from Kwara. Okay. Ololade, welcome.
Thank you very much.
All right.
I'm Ololade from Ilorin, Kwara State.
All right then.
First of all, I want to appreciate your program.
Yes, sir.
The way I manage your presentation.
Thank you, sir.
And unbiased analysis. So I also speak as regards to the police briefly. I won't take your time. Is that they have not been able to show us the type of police we need in this country. Because initially, maybe the name initially, that Nigerian police force, is really regarding their behavior tends to show that they are force, not service. And in other countries, it's service. Even within African countries, we are not talking of UK or anywhere. Even African countries. When you go there, you see the way the police present themselves to people. So you see them that they are actually friends of the people. So, but here, the reverse is the case. And why I believe it's happening like that is that they have not been sanctioning or punishing the police or the erring ones among them. They used to protect them. Even recently, look at the video that was having a fun with a lady in Lagos, and the lady stole his rifle. He's serving something. What did they do?
That's Ololade, that's what we were told.
Okay.
Because Ololade, a woman going ahead to steal, because I want to believe that you're using the word loosely, steal a police pistol, is not an ordinary lady. Go on. All right. So, well, the police, it's a police service. But again, Yusuf, I know. We usually call it the Nigerian police instead of the Nigeria police. We use the pronoun Nigerian. So the police is Nigerian and not Ghanaian. Yeah. We're talking Anambra.
Okay. So now, when you look deeply now in that state, I want to just make some allusions to what she said. You see, when you look at the character of politics in Anambra is under, the governor there is Abga. And when you look at it, it's a church party. The influence...
What do you mean by church party?
The influence of Catholic, church.
Okay, Anambra is predominantly Catholic.
Fully. And that's why, you see, it's been very difficult to break, So, and it started during Peter Obi.
I that am a Methodist will not find space in Anambra?
That's not the point I was trying to
Okay.
make. You see, go and study it. I've been there, and what I saw, you see that when you look at the structure of that party, it's very difficult. Very, very difficult, because a lot of things go round, and in a state, every part of Igbo land, the Catholic Church is very, very strong in Igbo land. But
I know the governor is Catholic, Obiano, Will Obiano.
So now, for any party, you know, to snatch power from that party, you are going to work extremely hard. You look at it now, how many of them have been able to campaign? It's suicidal to do so. And we say we are in a democracy. So that is why the security agencies, we need to work more, because when you do not campaign, you do not sell your programs, you know, democracy is not only about voting. You must make right choices, right decisions, because your programs, because you are ABGA or you are PDP or you are APC, does not mean anything. What you want to do, what you plan, your policies, your intentions, everything. People will have opportunity to listen to you, scrutinize you. From there, they may, what they hold on to, which they believe is the best, may actually give way to something better if it's possible.
The only ugly thing I can remember here and now about Anambra is, BC, you remember the Obasanjo years when present Labour Minister was governor. That's Dr. Ngige. He was kidnapped in a manner of speaking.
The Uba brothers then.
That's the ugly thing I remember. But I'm saying it is a disservice to gentlemen who belong in the place. Lawal will say yes, they are dead. But in the southwest, Yusuf rather, but in the southwest, you still talk about Awolowo in glowing terms, but Awo is dead. But I'm saying, is it about the people? BC, the Igbos have a saying. I hope somebody who understands Igbo will get back at me. They have a saying, Ndi Igbo enweze. The Igbos don't have a king, meaning they don't have a rallying point.
Exactly.
So I don't know if that is also playing out here.
I think so. That was what I was about to say, though I do not know how to say it in Igbo language the way you did.
Okay.
But I know that they always say that, and also they don't bow to anybody. And that is their own...
They say they are Republican in nature.
By their culture. That's their own culture. And they are entitled to their culture. But I guess this is also the downside of that. Because if they have a rallying point, really, probably they could have come together. I can imagine if this is happening in the Southwest, for example. You see, a lot of people will have come together, even their traditional rulers and the rest. They will have come together and, say this is the way we should go.
But we say tradition and custom will yield to peace, an atmosphere of peace.
Depending on what that culture is all about. Depending on what it is all about. If it is a culture of violence, it cannot yield to peace. So if you think it's a culture of fighting and using any means to get what you want, violence or anyhow, and you alluded to the point of Ngige being kidnapped, at least in this country, that is the only case that we have that is a sitting governor was actually kidnapped.
Nearly abducted.
And yes, it was even naked and all of that. And we saw pictures and all of that. And he kept, it's because he's even intelligent and brilliant. He decided to come out and say, okay, this is the agreement. This is what we said. But then I'm not going to do it, you see. So it shows you the kind of culture. And I'm not...
that's not Igbo culture. You have to emphasize.
But their own way of getting things done. But I also think that in this particular case, the Igbos themselves should just rally around and ensure that the Anambra election holds. Some of them have been saying that IPOB is being accused wrongly, that IPOB is not responsible for the killings, that we don't even want all of that.
Because
but let them come.
if I might mention here, Yusuf Bisi, killing Akunyili's husband is not part of this thing we are talking about. Dr. Akunyili, who was returning to his base and was killed, I think was never a politician.
I think he was just an unfortunate victim. Let me tell you what happens there now. You dress like a politician, you go about in SUVs, go about in oddlies, and to some of the criminals there immediately you identify you as a politician.
Yeah.
And some of these big politicians are now seen as enemies of
the state.
Not even the state, as enemies. The people we call enemies of progress see politicians. Okay, how many of these big names we mentioned are campaigning now? Many of them have suspended their campaigns. They can't move around. So if you follow the movement of Dr. Akunyili, he was returning. He had in an SUV with a police orderly, and they probably thought it was one of the political.
So it was a case of mistaken identity.
I'm not saying so. I just believe it's an unfortunate victim.
All right, then let's go to our last story this evening. Banditry in our country appears to have assumed a new dimension, and daredevil bandits have upped their game, in a manner of speaking. The news reaching us have it that at least 18 people, including women and children, at Kuria Madro town in Karanamoda local government area of Zamfara state have been killed. The assailants came on camelbacks and horses armed with dangerous weapons. A resident who narrowly escaped the carnage revealed that the bandits were not Nigerians, but Nigerians. And seems we are up against Frankenstein. This is no laughing matter.
It is not, but the people in my place say when something passes, you laugh it so that you don't kill yourself. It's a serious matter, but because now we are even saying that Nigerians are coming to our country to kill us in this country. You see, we've been talking about the fact that the people perpetrating these acts, that they are not Nigerians. This has proved that. But then, what are we doing? How come that our territories are so porous, our borders are so porous, that criminals can easily come in
and go at will?
And go at will. Because from this report, they were there for hours. Also,
from about 11:30 or so.
They also said that they couldn't even reach out for help because the telecommunication services
had been down.
So you now see us. You said I was laughing. Now you shut down telecommunication to fight
but I hear the thing was yielding some gains.
Wait, how can it yield gain? It's like the most backward way of attacking a problem.
In the 21st century?
In the 21st century. So you shut down telecommunications that you should have been used, that you could have used to track criminals.
That the bandits are also using.
So how come that it's the most laziest approach that I can imagine? That because you want to fight banditry, you now shut down telecommunication facilities, and I mean it's so, and that is the result we are seeing now. It's apparently not working.
BC, none of us is in the security business, so maybe the security people can defend that.
Well, I don't even think I have to be a security operative to think this through. Honestly speaking, if I know the purpose of gadgets, and if I know a little bit about what gadgets can do, how they can be tracked, and how they can be used to even I don't have to be an expert to know that even when you shut people down, when they need help, how do they get help? Remember, we are talking about people in remote parts of the country.
Yeah.
Their means of even getting help is that communication, mobile phones that you are not allowing them to make use of. So if they need urgent help, how do they get help?
You see, the argument is, you can debate this till next year, you know, the gadgetry thing, you know, but I'm saying we are up against a sophisticated group of bandits. If they could have downed a plane the other day, you know, a military plane, then we are not dealing with ordinary bandits.
But the government said they are bandits, that they are not terrorists, and that's what we are working with. As far as we are concerned in Nigeria, they are not terrorists, they are bandits. Two, about almost 2 weeks now, when we debated on this same program issues about shutting down telecom services, the advice came from the security agencies. And I said, this is not a good.
Just a little pause, because we are joined from Port Harcourt by Owa. Owa is reaching us from Bonny Island. That's in River State. Owa, good evening to you. Are you there?
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Yeah, welcome. Go on.
Happy to meet you again tonight.
Let's go.
Okay, the reason why all those people are perpetrating this nation is that the federal government has never done the needful by picking the people that are sponsoring and the people they know that is negotiating. And that's why this thing is persisting. Until they do the thing from the good needful, we continue. Thank you.
I agree. You know, punishing wrongdoing is what we lack in this country.
No, yes, it's true. So when we talk about shutting down telecom services, you see, at a time when we began the journey about mobile telecommunication, we didn't register. And it dawned on us that we had created
we should have registered before you got
for criminals to take charge. Then the federal government did the needful. We all embarked on biometric, capturing and all that, which by just that singular act, it has given the government a lot of things that it needs to do, almost everything, especially in the security business. Because now they said when they want to attack, they call. When they kidnap, they call. When they want to negotiate, they may call. This is something that should have made it easier for the government and the security agencies to actually, achieve better results.
But now that's what Owa is telling us. You don't punish wrongdoing.
Because now you shut them down. We didn't even believe that within that small, short time, that this kind of thing will still happen. Because I said it will make things worse. That was my case the last time we discussed the matter on this program, that it will make things worse. Okay, I need help. It may not be related to security, problems. You need an emergency medical case and you cannot call. How many of us, you forget your phone at home and you're on your way to work, if you remember, you are not going to be okay. It's like you are losing your child or something close to that. You get my point? Now, you have your phone, but you cannot use it. So, you saw what happened here. You killed people, hitting. That's a lot. And now you are saying they are from so place. What manner of people are we? We have security agencies. How do they even achieve the objective when they themselves are constrained by shutdown of telecom services? Because telecom services help them a lot. They know it. Now you want to solve a problem, you are creating more problems. I don't think we are doing all the right things. I said all this the last day, the day Kaduna joined the list of states. They said they want to do a uniform approach because in places where things have been shut down, that the criminals are. That's okay.
But we need to think we recorded some gains.
We need to think about these things again. You are only talking about security. There may be several other ways these things hurt the people. And government is about services to the people. You get my point? I know we are
solving problems.
Solving problems. If we do something, okay, the other time when it was first muted, they say so weeks. The thing still continues. Now, Kaduna has joined. We don't know who may want to join again. I think Sokoto has joined as well. So when you look at it, how are these things affecting the people? Imagine somebody who has an emergency medical condition. The hospitals in those places, how are they working? Because the emergency is part of, you know. So so many things. We need to think about these things again.
It's a whole complex.
We need to think about it again.
Of Wahala. BC, we must go. At least. So make we do go home, Abi.
Abi, we have no.
All right. Let me thank Adekule Yusuf for your time.
I'm glad to
and
be here.
We thank Olabisi Deji for Lutile.
Double barrel name.
Yeah, double barrel name. Yeah. Then it's okay by her. Well, on this program, what we do is simply to help mold opinion and allow you draw conclusions, make up your mind. We are not magicians. We deduce from the facts before us. That's what we do every weekday. So the show ends here. But if you missed this, join us at 11 for a late edition. And don't forget to team up with us on Sunday from 1:30 when we have a 2-hour bumper edition for you. We are also on YouTube at youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. I'm Citizen Jones Hussein. Bye-bye now. Take care.